My name is Luis Rodriguez, and today we will be showing Photoshop basics. I will be displaying this on a wide dynamic range photo that I took on a GoPro in RAW. When you open up your photo, go up to File, click Open, go to wherever your photo or video is located. In my case, it's located on desktop. Open up your photo, wait for it to load, and you should automatically get a Camera Raw opening. If you don't have a Camera Raw opening, that's fine, but I always like to keep a Camera Raw opening. For now, I'm just going to click Open Image without doing any settlements because we're just doing Photoshop. We're not going to be going over any advanced techniques for this tutorial, but we will be going over some techniques that can make your photos breathtaking. If you look on my photo, the front was clearly taken with lighting being behind, which isn't necessarily good if you want to represent the features more in the front. You lose a lot of detail. For instance, you can see that over here my neck has clearly got some grain in it for no reason. For fixing wide dynamic range, we're going to be coming right over here. Go over to the right in adjustments, click on curves. If you look, there's a lot of spiking happening over to the left field. Lift your rights just a tad, maybe about a quarter down on line. Now go to the other side and pull down on the same exact opposing side and see where your contrast is. For me, it's not doing what I want, so I'm going to pull it back up and just get one giant curve. The original basis of pulling one up and one down is called the S-curve. It's quite commonly used and is a very, very important technique as you get farther in the photo. If you don't have this basic marking down, then you start losing a lot of ways to edit because brightness doesn't fulfill everything. If you're still having issues, settle out to where you think the photo at least looks half decent, and add another layer. Not a brand new layer of empty, but another adjustment layer. For this adjustment layer, we're going to be using brightness and contrast. Brightness and contrast is a really simple process, but a lot of people don't know how to use it. Brightness and contrast are not two separate things, they work together harmoniously. If you lift your brightness up, you're going to see a lot of whitewashing. To reduce that whitewashing, raise up your contrast. For me, I like to battle a lot of the dark spots by raising my brightness maybe a little over what I should, and then contrasting a little hard. Now usually I would use more technical things like a Gaussian blur resharpen to bring out more detail, but we'll wait for another lesson to do that. For now, just worry about your contrast and brightness and mastering the art of balancing out both to where it doesn't look like you messed with either or. If you go over to the field right next to curves or levels, you can find something called exposure. Exposure is extremely important because this is a general brightness for the entire thing. They call it exposure, but it's really all gamma. You can go to gamma correction and start messing slight tweaks. If you're feeling like your shadows and wide dynamic range are still a little bright, pull that gamma correction down just a point or two. For me, it's 1.06. My exposure can still be brought down to reduce that gamma correction a little bit. But I don't even bring it down a full point, not even close, not even half a point. I usually like to bring mine down somewhere within 0.6. As you can tell, a lot of that noise near my neck area has been completely destroyed. One thing you might want to do is a graduated filter. This is an extremely simple technique. Going to the gradient tool, clicking, drawing a simple line, and then seeing where your exposure falls. All this does is make the top and bottoms different. So for me, my subject of darkness conveniently is on the bottom. My subject of brightness is conveniently on the top. So I can just take a gradient and pop it right up. For some reason it does not want to work. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. It's working again. It's a little weird. It's a really basic tool. All you do is pull from the bottom up or pull from dark to bright in most cases. You can adjust this as you want, but in general, it's just going to help balance out your photo a lot better when you're bringing out a lot of the brights and those shadows to make sure your highlights aren't crazy exposed. And that's it, guys. With exposure, curves, brightness and contrast, and a gradient filter, you'll end up finding yourself being able to balance out more photos than none, and being able to keep photos that were probably going to be destroyed from lighting half decent. I hope this helped in some way on Photoshop Basics 1, and that you guys come back next time where we start talking about colors and filters. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!